Magu Xian Shou, divine marijuana brings immortality. So, I'm going to try, well, I'm not going to try. See, when you try, you don't do. I'm going to do more videos focusing on my Gong Fu. Because I just realized that in my own mind, I've been seeing my own temple as two sides, the ancient Kemetic side, ancient Egyptian, and the Taoist side. But I'm like, no, see, the temple is like, well, if you go to Shaolin Temple in China, right? Let me turn this down because I am talking over myself. Ah, yeah, that's cool. So if you go to the Shaolin Temple in China, right, they practice Gong Fu or Kung Fu, but their spirituality is Buddhism. And they're a good example because Buddhism, it is not the native religion of China. Taoism is. So if you go to Wudang, or y'all say Wu-Tang Temple, you learn about Taoist beliefs and practices. I don't believe, well, Tao is not a belief system. It's not a belief system. But I don't really teach the Tao so much as I do the Tao practices. So my Gong Fu and breathing exercises and all that type of stuff is based on the Tao. So, as I have shown, my Gong Fu is based on the I Ching or I Ching. And the I Ching correlates with the creation of DNA, the creation of all natural phenomena, the creation of you and me, natural phenomena. Holy kapoo-poo. I also showed I have a book, and when I have the money, I will publish it, get it typed up and all that. I have a church. So I can accept donations tax deductible. Did I say tax deductible? I show that we have our logo. I guess you may call it a symbol too. That's my original patch. So 100 years from now, when y'all look at this, well, if y'all live to be 100 like me, you'd be like, oh shit, that was the original. And I will even have cards. What do you call these? What do you call these? Not place cards, but you know, you can study on the go. Ooh, and the cards have the mysterious side of the I Ching on the back. So I went through all that. So all this stuff is ready to be packaged in the coming year, because that's like next week. So, as I said, my Gong Fu, well, first.
Phone charging slowly. This is the fastest
First
phone
commercial.
charger on the market.
Well, while that's going off, because the music's going to come back on, I'm not going to turn it off.
There's a new groundbreaking
Libations
discovery that's
to the
reversing brand
ancestors.
and smartphone companies are
So, you've come to learn my Kung Fu. Well, I guess I have to show you something. So I think I explained on the last video that this form, that's like, well, that's the only form really. It's a form of no form, because each of those movements up there, you'll be able to, when you purchase it, it'll be made into those, each one will have a little pocket, so you can change the form up. But a form is easier to learn the movements. Plus, when you do a movement over and over again in internal Kung Fu, you know, that move is doing certain energy things going on inside, you know. I healed myself, so I know, and I just knew about the 8 forms of Tai Chi. Ha ha ha, but now I expanded that to 64 forms. Okay? So, you can do it slow like Tai Chi, that's what I'm about to show you now. Or you can do it in different modes, slow, fast, for fighting. Or with breath. Modes. I'll get into that later. Let's do some Ching, Chuan, the classic of change fist art. I got it right that time. The classic of change fist art.
So now we're searching for the magic frequency. And we start with 100 hertz, and we look through the microscope to see if anything's happening. We watch for 5 minutes. Nothing happens. We try hundreds and hundreds of frequencies, if not thousands.
Now I always freestyle now. This is not a form, so if I fall over or something, that's because I don't know what's coming next. So what I wanted to show that I'm moving from my legs. I'm not moving my arms by themselves. I'm not moving from the waist. The power is actually coming from here into the legs and ends in the arm. that was a typical Tai Chi type of movement. Now, the difference with my form is that we still use the legs for power, or, well, the center into the legs and then ending in the hand. But what I didn't show, I'll do another video on it, is by adding the boxing, you were able to lift the shoulders. You don't, that breaks the rules of Tai Chi right there. As soon as you lift the shoulder for boxing, you done broke the rules of Tai Chi, because you have to be like this, because if you do this, you have broken the line of Chi, right? But I'm from the street, and I don't want to come all the way over here to block, because now all this is open. So I'd rather leave my hand over here and protect my chin by putting my head down a little bit instead of like this. Hey, here's my chin. Put the shoulder up a little bit, drop the head a little bit, and move like we move. You know, a little bit of Tyson, a little bit of Ali. You understand? But there's no bouncing as in boxing. No bouncing like in boxing. Like boxers like when their legs up and down. In Gong Fu and Kung Fu, our center, we want to be still. We don't want it bouncing up and down, so we're grounded into earth. Now I can go down and punch you in your down here. You understand? So, but I'm not going to bounce and come down. But I can still use my upper body just like in boxing. So that, I just told you the secret combination of my system. But you still don't know the form. So, that's about it. The music in the background is I Ching music, because in my temple, I Ching Dao Temple, Per Netter Kemet / I Ching Dao Temple, we practice I Ching. Not just me, guess what? Not only Tai Chi comes from the I Ching. Let me think. Acupressure and acupuncture comes out of I Ching, Tai Chi and Qigong and blah blah blah. Basically Chinese culture, or what you would call Chinese culture. So, part of my teachings in this temple too, I need to mention, is that we're going to do the history. When you go to a Chinese Kung Fu school, you have to learn about the history of that style and who was the creator of the system and all. Well, since I'm the creator of this system, our history is based in the Afro-Asiatic Shang dynasty as far as the Asiatic side. We'll talk about the Kemetic side and all that type of stuff, but the Gong Fu and all that stuff is Afro-Asiatics. So they were the creators of the writing and the basic I Ching. I don't know if they created the I Ching, the Shang dynasty. I know that they expanded upon it. So it gets deep because we have to learn our stuff, because that history is it's spread out. The Afro-Asiatics is out there, but it's haven't been put together like I put it in our kung fu, especially a kung fu where you can smoke and be like, yo, dude, this is like the drunken fist, but you don't drink alcohol. We smoke. If they can have drunken fists, why can't we, this is, I made it up so it's ours. Why can't we have the smoking fist? My own uniforms, my own types of weapons. I have my own types of weapons. I haven't even gone into that yet. Our own street clothes, our own herbal medicines. I just put a video on about the about the formula of immortality, or the herbal formula of immortality. Man, oh man, next year. Oh, and this guy made a documentary with me 4 years ago that he's just getting together. That's going to come out next year also. So I guess I better get ready. All right, that's it. I'm out. Peace. Always gotta find this dag nabbit button, cause you know when you get old, it's like you can't find your button anymore.